Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining our online seminar. Welcome to the Sam King community and all our viewers today. We are delighted to host once again Professor Eric Tsui. Professor Tsui will present his seminar on the use of the metaverse for collaborative learning, sharing insights, and evaluating, configuring and using metaverse to support collaborative learning across disciplines. They have done a study on it for 2 semesters at Hong Kong, and he'll focus on creating an effective learning environment, highlighting lessons learned and best practices for students and teachers. At this point in time, I'm going to hand over the program to Professor Tsui.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon to all of you. If you can confirm that you can see my screen and can hear my audio clearly, then I'm relieved to proceed. Okay. Can someone type something in the chat box and just let me know that things are going okay?
Everything is fine.
All right, wonderful. Now, today's topic, it's about exploring the use of a metaverse to enhance collaborative learning. So, we're all excited when we heard about metaverse. It's a virtual environment that parallels and in some cases expand and extends beyond what the physical environment that we all experience in. But the most important part, or the more important part of this title, it's about collaborative learning. So it's not about any type of learning. We are referring to learning together, collaborative learning. Let me just clear this term. Collaborative learning is about getting a group of people to learn by cooperating and collaborating, right? So in that sense, we assume that people are working together, they're exchanging information, they are discussing, they're learning from each other, they are discussing, and together they formulate strategies and formulate solutions, okay? It's always, or at least very common in a social environment. So, it's very natural, right? So this seminar, it's about how I have, been attracted and eventually designed and conducted experiments on using a metaverse, kind of a hyper virtual environment to conduct collaborative learning among my students and also my colleagues' students in several courses and classes here at the Hong Kong Polytechnic University. Now, we have all heard about Metaverse. I'm not sure whether you have conducted one or actually personally experienced one. You will have an opportunity in this seminar towards the end of this seminar today. And hopefully that's going to be exciting for you. We all can go into a Metaverse and we continue and I continue to present in there. All right. So, but for the moment, you may assume that the Metaverse, it's a extended physical environment, but in a virtual way. Not only you can parallel a lot of things that we can do in the physical environment, but it can embed a lot of advanced technologies, blockchain, artificial intelligence, agents, and a lot more. Not only that, but things that we design in the metaverse, activities that we design in the metaverse, if we choose the platform properly, chances are our efforts are not wasted because, we can export the activities, the objects, and artifacts, and then re-import it into another platform. So that makes it highly interoperable, right? Metaverse, constructs can be highly personalized, and of course, that would satisfy a lot of the cultural, the accessibility, and also more recently the inclusive environment to meet the users from a diversified set of culture. So it's a lot of advantages that Metaverse offer, especially in terms of the education. So this encapsulated video here, it's a Metaverse that I commonly use for my presentation. As I said, towards the end of this seminar, you will you'll be able to get in there in a similar environment for this seminar. Okay, and I use that deliberately, or designed it deliberately, in a compact environment, and I put all my presentation slides in there. For example, when I'm doing the presentation, I'm at the front here, and we paste through the slides. We discuss about each one of them. Students can stop at any one of them. Students can enlarge them at the slide to view more details. They can download the slides. I also deliberately repeat some of what I believe to be important slides at other parts of the wall, as you can see, right? So they are deliberate duplications. They're duplications for a reason. Why? Because hopefully it would attract students to gather together, to cluster, and review the information on the slides more in more detail, and also perhaps share discussion. That's the point, getting people, creating an environment for people to collaborate, creating an environment to attract people to come in here leisurely in a cozy environment, so they are more natural to share, more willing to learn and co-learn together. And together, we also provide additional features. For example, we can conduct surveys, we can create a whiteboard for people to leave a note in there if they have anything that they are not clear. They can leave me a note, and I periodically come back to this space to see if there are any questions that I need to answer. So, a seminar is no longer a seminar. A seminar, we can hold the seminar space in a more perpetual way, so that learning is not all lost after the end of the seminar. We can retain a lot of the learning material. We can even retain the learning atmosphere, and also the deliverable or some of the tangible assets that's been created during the seminar, so that people who did not join it live can also revisit the key information that is being shared. So that said, at least I'm led to believe that in the metaverse, with regard to learning, a learner can listen, communicate, collaborate with others, and they can also explore, discover, play, socialize, experiment, and also create important activities in order to stimulate effective sharing, learning, and collaboration. Now that is very, very powerful, in terms of learning, because as I said earlier, a metaverse not only can parallel in a virtual way what we have in the physical world, but it can do more. You can mix physical and virtual things. You can create and simulate, to project other virtual things that would not be possible to imagine, to create, to repeat, to enact in the physical world. So, it's not surprising to me that Metaverse has justifications in supporting many learning theories. We don't have to go into the details of each of the learning theories, but by that explanation, a Metaverse can help the teacher, help the student to recreate learning environments, not only parallel to a physical environment, but more, it's already strong enough justification to prove that Metaverse supports all the learning theories, all the common learning theories that we all know of. So realistically, many universities in terms of educations are using Metaverse, well, including schools, not just university actually, are using Metaverse in various capacities, like the virtual campus tours, gamifying the learning process in the classroom, in the course, creating digital libraries that allows the participants to touch, to navigate, to 360 degrees review whatever learning objects that they put into the metaverse, and in order to create this immersive and surreal learning experience. So in a nutshell, I think we quickly come to the conclusion that Metaverse for learning is very exciting, and it creates really an endless opportunity. The sky is the limit, for the teacher, for the student, for anyone who would like to make use of the Metaverse to excite, to provide inspirational a learning environment, and hopefully to motivate or even excite learners to learn more. Again, I leave the details to you. There's no short of universities who have embarked on using Metaverse on a regular basis, not just at the project level, but on a regular basis, repetitively, to enhance the teaching and learning efforts. You can see that American universities, Asian universities, and even some Middle East universities, UAE is big into Metaverse, as I believe it, among other universities as well. So the momentum is gaining and is spreading rapidly. All right, well, that's in a nutshell, we say that Metaverse market for education is growing rapidly in a healthy way, and the major applications are in medicine, in medical, healthcare, engineering, architecture, and the key technologies involve virtual reality, augmented reality, AI, avatars, the Oculus headset, Okay, and the key outcomes, in terms of educational list, very important to us. Firstly, not only is exciting, not only is refreshing, but it indeed has, proved that with evidence that it increased, or the use of the metaverse increased student motivation and improve their learning outcomes. Second, from a student perspective, we have received numerous feedback and accolade from students stating that metaverse enable them to learn with higher motivation, and also they're excited about the engagement with other peers and objects inside the metaverse. So going back about 2 years ago, I was successful in obtaining additional funding from the university to create a metaverse project, and I thought that I better be more focused and create more categories of metaverse environments so that we can test the learning outcomes and the learning experience more in depth. Okay, so the major part of this project that is now completed are these three things. Through the use of 3 different types of metaverse, which I will explain and give you demonstrations later on, I want to explore about these research questions. So overall speaking, can a metaverse enhance a student's motivation to share? More than just the aha, more than just the wow effect. Can it be sustained with students that are truly coming back to the metaverse and try to learn more and more, right? Second, what are the ways to design the metaverse? That includes, the furniture, the arrangements, the activities, the signs, and more, right? That we can put into a metaverse, and with that, we can help it to become an effective, a sustainable environment for knowledge sharing. So, that is also, I suppose, a very precious knowledge. If we know what are the good ways of designing a metaverse that can lead to, to long-term and willing knowledge sharing, that would be enormous potential and beneficial to all sorts of environments, not just academia, but industry and more, right? And thirdly, how to make effective use of the shared retained knowledge. So given that the metaverse is a frozen point, frozen spice in the universe, that we can almost like, to keep a time capsule of what has happened and then relate it to the next group of people, to the next group of people, and so forth. How can we effectively package this knowledge and so that other people can benefit from it later or on an ongoing basis? The way we conduct this piece of research was through action research. So for those of you who are more action, sorry, not for those of you who are more research oriented, action research is considering yourself as part of the research environment. So we observe, we work with other teachers, we work with students, immerse in the environment, be part of the party of people, exploring the metaverse, and then observe how people gain, how people react about what they are being asked to do, and then continue to refine the environment to become better and better. And we collect data through these observations. And data is being collected through observation as well as through a metaverse platform, which generate analytics about what do things that people do, where do people often visit, what do things that people often touch or rotate inside a metaverse, and more. Now, not to bore you with the details, but you can focus on the bold, the words and the numbers, and that basically just to give you an impression, throughout the 3 semesters that we have run this project. The metaverse has been exposed to more than 1,000 students, I would say, and in different disciplines, in design, in accounting, in product development, in healthcare, in medical informatics, and product development, engineering, and other technology subjects as well. So, so in other words, I would say that it is convincing that with these numbers of participation and with these subjects that are so wide-ranging, the metaverse that we have used has proven itself that it is robust enough or comprehensive enough to be customized for various disciplines and scalable enough to handle hundreds of students. So, I won't have time to talk about all this, but, I can spend time on a number of these so that you can get a deeper understanding. Firstly, the first part of this project is to, select a Metaverse platform. Now, that's not easy task. We did some preliminary, research within our team, and we came to identify, for the three research questions that we would like to explore, the environments that we need set up need to contain these set of requirements. And you can see the red arrows there, so there are a descending list of must-need requirements. So the top one is we must have data analytics that we can extract from the Metaverse environment, the Metaverse platform, right? It must support 3D rendering and avatars, because the student and teachers will go in there as an avatar, and it must be easy to use, smooth navigation, audio conversion. If a student have to learn a few hours before you can navigate, then it defeats all purpose, right? All right, without going into the details, now this is not exactly updated because as you can see the timeline, it was July 2023. Metaverse advanced very, very rapidly, but just to protect the authenticity of the project, at the time when we select the platform, it was around July and August 2023. We did consider, based on our requirements, this set of one and a half dozen Metaverse platform. That's already a lot of effort to evaluate them. And at the end of that evaluation process, we shortlisted 4: adverse, engage, frame, and spatial. And each one of them has the advantages and disadvantages. And as a further, level of investigation, we came to the conclusion that technical details, they are about the same. But licensing requirements and the bundling of activities and the retention of artifacts being created in the Metaverse, combining all those together, we favor Frame because a number of reasons. Frame, it's browser-based. You don't need to install anything. That's why towards the end of this seminar, I can invite you to instantly come into a Frame Metaverse and join me, right? And it's it's always on, it's smooth, it's reasonably smooth, and fast, and also it supports a wide-ranging set of activities that we require. Indeed, FrameVR.io is one of the few. Right now, I think it's maybe one of three. At the time when we chose it, it was the only one on the market that is completely designed for education, right? So what does that mean? That means the Metaverse features are specifically designed for the purpose of creating classrooms, lecture theaters, repositories, assessment, environments, and so forth. So there already have a lot of library frames and routines, sample frames that we can use, we can copy, objects that we can purchase, we can copy, we can download within the Frame VR and its set of partnership firms. So it makes it, quick to start and reasonably easy to start if we are applying that to the educational domain. If you're in other domains and also want to explore the Metaverse, maybe there are better alternatives. But, for us in the university, our primary business is, of course, education. And in that context, Frame was the only one 2 years ago. So we adopted that. Purposely built environment, as I said, it contained all the features that, they need all the features that we need. And for now, it also added AI as well. So you can interact with ChatGPT inside Metaverse, inside the Frame Metaverse. Now, I said that analytics is it's a big part of our requirement, and it is. With Frame, the free subscription, the free version doesn't provide any analytics, but a reasonable, inexpensive subscription level allows us to capture, download analytics that allow us to track who has entered a frame, who has entered a particular zone in the frame, and how long this person have stayed in that zone, who has actually answered a particular poll, and who has actually clicked a link, like playing a video, and so forth. So the way to do that is, Frame actually provides you with a weekly log of data for anyone and all activities happening inside that frame. So you will have to download the activities feed that generated from that frame analytics, and we would need additional routine to extract the information. So it's not something that a one button approach, right? It's not, right? You will download a file like an Excel file, and you have to write further routine to extract the necessary information in order to formulate, for example, in order to formulate, by zones, by assets, by links, and by surveys being clicked, and we can, collate this information by any named users in a chronological order. As I said, we can identify that, but it needs additional analysis after downloading the frame analytics. So with that, we can identify the frequency and the sequence of activities of each of the named user in a chronological order. We can identify surely, the most and least number of activities within a particular measuring period. We can also identify the most and least active users for that period. And of course, with that information, we can generate a leaderboard of users based on activities performed and a lot more. Okay, so let me talk about the three generic metaverse environments that I have spoken about. So we give it three names. The first one is Metaverse Gallery. Well, as a gallery, as a term, you would appreciate that a gallery is like a big space with many walls, different large rooms, but all connected together, right? Like you go into a museum, right? So the metaverse has many walls, and the idea is to bring everything that is needed, everything is related into a big room, different walls. What's the purpose of that? Well, in order to attract people to come in, right? So the people may, linger around different walls to check out the information. They may walk around, and they may, meet other people. They may discuss. They may chat. Okay, they may think. So it's purposely creating an environment so that can attract people. So with this environment, these are the key features of the metaverse that we need to enable, and we did. You should able to access YouTube videos. You can have a video screen. You must need to have a video screen to replay any videos we upload to it. You can allow people to review PowerPoint PDF files, individually. You may also allow them to download as well. You can add text label to label and provide further information about each of those walls. And you may also put sticky notes up there so that people can write notes and leave it to you or leave it to anyone to read and respond. So we have, configured several. So let me just go into one of them because I've been working with colleagues, many colleagues. I thank them for their, enthusiasm to collaborate with us in this project. So therefore, you can see that we have a rich array of created metaverse, which enables me to choose anyone, or you and I to choose anyone. If I have time, we can go and choose another one later and browse and show you. So let me just this one. Let's go in there. Now, I think I need to stop sharing the screen and maybe sharing another screen. So just bear with me for a sec, please. Okay, let me see how. I stop sharing screen. I'll share screen again. And this time I'll share the entire screen. So can someone confirm that you can see the metaverse, the metaverse screen that I'm putting up now?
We can see it.
Okay, wonderful. So I go here. So let me start. So this is the main hall, or one of the halls and we designed that to be the entrance room, so that whoever go in there, typically a student, can register himself or herself and to check out some key information that the teacher wants the student to review before checking out the rest of the metaverse. And this is being used in the nursing department. The navigation is not very good at the moment. I don't know why. So let me try abandoning that session and start again. Okay. So let me try it again and go in here. Oh, I don't know why I've got two fit in there. Okay, let's go. So you can see that we have set runners on the ground so that to guide people to go into different areas of the metaverse. So I'm going upstairs now, and you can see that the teacher has labeled many different pictures, these CAT scan diagram, because these students in the nursing school supposed to know how to read these slides and identify any problem with the scan. Okay, and here is a poll that the student can conduct, and the answer will be revealed to the student once he or she provides the response. That's more information about introduction to skull and X-ray. So I'm going to go around. And maybe go upstairs. So again, you can see that there are more, displays being put up here, more brain scan diagrams. I'm sure they're all meaningful. I'm not in that domain. I don't know what the teacher is aiming to, but the students know. So there's a mini game that students are asked to conduct or participate, and they do so by scanning the QR code, and the teacher would know who has played that game and how he or she fares. Okay, so let's go back to the PowerPoint. Use another one, but in the light of time, I'll go to another one. I'll go to another category. The second category of metaverse environment that we have set, we call it metaverse collaborations. Now, you may recall in the previous one, called Metaverse Gallery, our aim at that one was to bring everything together into one big room, so as to attract the learners to come into this big space and they learn together. Well, metaverse collaboration, the best way to imagine it is like using this Temtech tool that we are doing now, or Zoom, when we create breakout rooms where we send the learners and participants into a different room and ask them to discuss about perhaps the same topic or different topics, and then summon them to come together again and then share their deliberations on a particular topic. So metaverse collaborations, is equipped with the aim of designing or decorating various rooms with appropriate activities, information, links, and others to enrich the discussion and learning inside the the breakout rooms. Okay, so you can see that some of the tools that we have embedded inside the Frame VR space for collaborations. Again, video screen, links to YouTube videos, whiteboard for discussion board, right? Online poll, quiz, and more. This is one that let's see. We can get in this. This is unlike the previous one. Is in an open space. Here you go. So when I land, I'm in. Oh, so this one is a lot better. So you can see that it's a big space. We have different zones, but let's assume that each zone is a breakout room. So let's go into this zone. So you can see with this zone, we have different types of information put up there. So students or the group of students being sent to this room supposed to go near each one of these, review it, check out the information, do the discussions in this room, and then share the information either in the big room elsewhere, or the teacher and other students come into this room to learn about their final deliberations. I haven't got time to show it, but if you want to get into the details of a Frame VR, not only you can create this space, but you can also define the zone. You can define a zone that only certain people can enter that zone, and you can define the audio level, the audio, the scope of a zone, so that anyone outside that zone cannot hear what's being discussed inside that zone. Okay, so it's almost parallel to what a real environment is when you close the door. Okay, so it's quite spectacular, put it this way. The third one, it's called Metaverse Technologies, and this one is focusing on hardware, right? Focusing on hardware, but the challenge is to, we want to identify under what situations wearing and not wearing, a wearable device would make a significant difference in the learning experience, right? So is it about touching something? It's about moving or don't know, so we are interested in identifying that list of factors, requirements that justify the wearing of a headset or other wearable device that would translate to a significant experience if you have not, or compared to those who have not wear it. Okay, that's basically the aim. I'm not going to go into experiments of this one. So you're right. If you're a little bit confused, you are right. I don't blame you. Why? Because the free environment, in fact, the requirements or the edge is really blurring. I could have created a metaverse gallery that contains breakout rooms, in other words, collaborations, and also at the same time test for some of the activities, whether wearing or not wearing a goggle would make the big difference. So the free environments are interchanging. That's what I discovered. It's not needed to get into that level of details, because the metaverse is very comprehensive and robust. All right, well, let's go to look at some of the observations and findings. We find that after conducting 3 semesters with the students and teachers, over 1,000 of them, the pedagogical design affects very much the learning experience. So about what activities that we conduct, the sequence of activities, the sign we put up, the instructions which was made clear to them, all these things matter a lot in terms of success or failure, right? And secondly, furthermore, pedagogical design, the learning objectives or the declaration of the learning objectives, and provision of appropriate content also affects a lot about the participation level of the students, and that's I suppose that's indirectly related to motivation. Okay, so clear learning objectives with appropriate content, and a set of coherent activities would encourage more students to participate. That's very obvious. And we learned that it's better to conduct the assessments or feedback inside the metaverse. Otherwise, if you split it into two different activities, then they may not couple very well. Put it this way, if you have designed activities for your students to explore inside the metaverse, you invite them to come in, but you also want to collect feedback. You want to collect the feedback inside the metaverse as well. Not sending them a link next week, via email, and that you may not get as many participation as if you immediately collect the feedback from inside the metaverse before the student exit the metaverse. If you understand what I mean, we have evidence to prove that, because some teacher or one teacher who has over 200 students, and he conducted the metaverse in the way that I described it, and he asked the student to participate in giving the feedback, and every student gives the feedback, right? Compared to another teacher who also conducted activities, invite students to come in, but he only, to go back later, weeks later, and ask the student to provide feedback, and only a very handful number of students provide feedback. So, we learned it the hard way. Technical infrastructure, the platform and design, and I'm not sure about, your university and your technical staff, but a lot of that is beyond, our teachers and some of our students as well. So they need help, or we need help. Teachers need more help than students, right? So, it pays to have technical staff learning more in depth about what the metaverse can do, how to set it up, and then to help and educate teachers about how to do that. And in our university, we often have research assistants or part-time student helpers to assist the teacher in setting up the metaverse space. Otherwise, the teacher may be too busy or may not be technically fluent enough to handle everything. And, again, the teachers learn very much from students learn very much from the teachers. If they see the teacher is not fluent in something, they may be a bit more slack in learning, so we don't want that. So we want to create and show the best capable environment that we can configure for our students. And the last and most important factor is the human factor, just like any other things, Human factors, cultivating a learning culture, cultivating and overcoming the resistance to use metaverse, selling the success, emphasizing the benefits are very crucial in order to get, the adoption of the metaverse. So teachers should walk the talk, not just asking students to do it and he or she never go in there. No, teachers should go in there, talk in there, communicate in there, and conduct activities in there, right? Together with the students. When students see the teacher is actively involved inside the metaverse, that creates an impetus, more than motivation, for them to join the teacher and conduct the activities inside the metaverse as well. Okay, well, let's hear some of the student feedback then. Well, obviously, we are all keen to hear from the students. What do they think about, when they're told that, hey, this class is going to start with a metaverse? Well, they are all very excited, as you can read here. They're very curious, excited, and they're welcome to use the metaverse. Most students have not experienced metaverse before, despite the fact that they've learned about that term, and they're excited about, what is it? It looks very futuristic, Where can I get a chance? Wow, my teacher is using it. I love to try, let me try. That's the reaction. And here's another student who give us his feedback as well. And
the Metaverse has brought me a higher participation level because there are more clear voice and the information shown on the screen, which helped me to know about what the teacher was saying. And what's more, the question made me more focused on the content which the teachers were teaching.
Well, there you go. The students deeply appreciate the contextual environment in a metaverse, and that, to me, that seems to be not only duplicating but expanding the environment that he experienced in the physical world. So that's a good thing. Let's see if you have any teachers' feedback. Yes, we have. We have conducted. Our team has conducted workshop for teachers. Right? Because as I told you, we have collaborators who are teachers who are willing to work with us to deploy the metaverse to his or her classes. And we have this excellent accolade from one of the teachers, Carmen Chu. She's a lecturer from the Applied Social Services Department. So she thanked us very, very much for walking her through, raising awareness, illustrating the purpose, and eventually she, as the teacher, took up the effort of learning it technically and configuring the space herself, without any help from anybody. And she, by now, she has successfully created the space and training other teachers to use it, and as well as students. So good on her. I have other, feedback from teachers as well, and you can sample that when you enter the metaverse later on. Or I can also give you this PowerPoint so that you can review later. Okay, so let's go to the conclusion part. I think we're in good time. And as I told you, for those of you who like a little bit more adventure, you can come into the metaverse. Not only the PowerPoint now, we go into the metaverse. And for those of you who would like to remain using the TemTech Foundation tool, like what we're using now, you may, I will continue to use that. But for those of you who want to enter the metaverse, you can click this, scan this QR code and you go in there. I give you a bit of time to do that. And you can check it out, okay? And I'll join you there. Let me see. Okay, so I suggest you take a picture of this screen because this one, depending on whether you're using a laptop, a desktop, or a smartphone to go into the metaverse, it gives you basic instructions about how to navigate in there, okay? In a desktop or a laptop environment, you use the keys, the arrow keys, and also the ASDEW keys. Okay, WASD keys. Okay, if you are using a mobile phone, there will be a little blue button which is your gyroscope, and you press that using your thumb, using your finger, and you move that to the different corners. You can soon get a feel about that you are moving. Okay, so take a screenshot, take a photo, whatever, of this screen, so that you have it, for your reference when you go in there, and scan the QR code if you want to go into the metaverse. Okay, if not, you can remain here. I will continue the broadcast using the TemTech. Can someone give you some feedback? Are you following? Is it loud and clear, or any questions at this stage before you proceed any further? Can someone give you some verbal feedback, please?
It's loud and clear, and I've actually been connected to the metaverse.
Okay, I'll give you a few minutes, okay? Now I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and then I'll share again because I want to queue some of my Google Chrome frames to make things faster, okay? Well, I can see that some of you are running around. Can I assume that these are the people coming in from the TemCant International Talks? You must be. Okay, I have muted all of you inside the metaverse, but you can talk to me using the TemCant, online tool. Okay, so all right, so you can see that similar to the one that I started the seminar, I have put my slide in here, and I can, or you can, for example, you can click on that, and you can go through the major slides that I've gone through in this talk. Okay, and I think you can download as well, but anyway. So this is one that I talked about Metaverse in use in tertiary education. So as I said, purpose for you to go in there and review it more detail. And I haven't set it up here, but I can also add sticky notes that you can put sticky notes in there, and I can, as a teacher, can come back here regularly to see if there's any problem that you like to ask me. So here is the one on the teacher-student discussion. You can see that now. You can see that there's imperfections in this metaverse, right? Because when you upload a file, you can't upload PowerPoint. You can upload a PDF. And for that animation that I've used in the talk bubbles, they don't appear and disappear properly. So some text you cannot read. So hopefully this is something that Frame VR can improve later on, but I like to keep it that way just to show you that the metaverse technology is not foolproof at this stage. There are many imperfections that still need to improve. Okay. This lady is another student's feedback, which perhaps you can read. You can play it yourself. And by the way, this is being set up on a long-term basis. So at any time after the seminar, you can still come back. All right, not just doing this seminar. So, and this is the one that we just played. So, for example, let's try.
Participation level, because there are more clear voice and the information shown on the screen, which helped me to know about what the teacher was saying.
So you can see that it's crystal clear and 4K high density. So it's really very pleasant. So that is the key information. I asked you to keep a copy. And this one is remember the observations and findings I've walked through with you. Oh no, in fact, I should do this one, right? So let's proceed with that. So finally, because this is action-based research, in addition to the students and the teachers' feedback, would have highlighted here, I can add more. That is, Metaverse is still very new at this stage. Many desirable features are lacking, right? And interoperability of systems inside the Metaverse, although they exist, but they still need to improve. And many interactions cannot be individualized at this stage because some teachers and some students are asked they like to be customized. Well, at this stage you cannot. One set is set for the room, and you cannot personalize it. Not at this stage, right? So personalization of experience of a metaverse at this stage, it cannot be done per room. It has to be done per individualized room, and that may be quite an effort to scale up. We need to keep a watching brief still. The metaverse is advancing very rapidly, day by day. We need to keep a watching brief of any new development of metaverse, not just Frame VR, but others as well, and allow ample time for users to prepare and gain familiarity, right? Metaverse is advancing very rapidly. There's a lot of technologies in it. We cannot assume even technical users would know everything immediately. We need to, prepare for them. We need to consider whether we need to run a training session. Put it this way. Some students also expressed that they would like to have a digital avatars. I'm sure some of you, this in addition to all the excitement, you would like to stop and configure your avatars to be a beautiful one before you enter, rather than a generic one. So there you go. Designing of avatars and configuration of avatars, you can do it inside Frame VR, but it needs time. And if you want to be, surely highly personalized, you need to pay some money to use some tools or buy some objects in order to beautify yourself. And that costs money, effort, and time. Up to now, the data collected by the Metaverse platform is still primitive, to say the least, put it this way. And it requires additional routine in order to analyze. And that has to improve. If we're going to use, the Metaverse as a platform for data collection, and we want to improve teaching and learning, data-driven way. That the collection and analysis of data has to be improved, not just in the FrameVR.io platform, but in other platforms as well. Okay, so temporarily we can come back to the PowerPoint, and guess what? Let me just give me a sec, please. I have a survey for you to do, and let me get the okay, so I can start here. All right, so just to wrap up this seminar, Metaverse offers an attractive and refreshing learning environment. There's no doubt about it, but the shortfalls still need to be identified, assessed, and managed properly before we use it for teaching and learning. We can start, and we should start using it now, but we must know the strength as well as the weakness. It's more important to know about its weakness than the strength at the moment. Otherwise, you will cause disillusionment and also increase the chance of failure. Okay, now another effort that I need from you, this is another QR code. I would like you to scan it and participate in this survey. And there's about 5 or 6 questions in there. And together we go through the collective response before we finish this seminar. Okay, so please scan the QR code now. Again, the second QR code, and this code will take you to an online survey. Is that equally clear? Oh, okay. So I can see that you're already completing. You can paste to the next question after you've done the first one. So I'll just give you a few more minutes. Okay. Let's check out the other questions. Oh, by the way, this is questions that, okay, maybe I'll go through this first. Let me go to the actual survey and go through there. You continue to do the survey, and I'll show it up. Okay, that's it. Any input on this one? Okay, it is. All right, so you prefer the three-dimensional environment and also the surreal feeling. Okay. Interactive lessons, like living in a different world and learning at the same time. Living in a different world well, easy to use. Okay, thank you. That's why I said that you need more time. I need more time as well. And today it doesn't function very well. The keys doesn't turn the body around. I don't know why, but that's sort of things that you have to live with at the moment. Okay, you don't need goggles because for this one, I suppose you're not wearing goggles. You can still use the metaverse, but you're right. In some cases, wearing the goggles would make a world of difference, and that is part of our research project as well. No, okay, so 100% is better than Zoom or MS Teams. Okay, I hear you. All right, okay, so go back to the PowerPoint. Well, I think we've done enough today. We just slightly exceeded the time, and thank you very much. I hope at least this gives you a pleasurable experience in exploring the metaverse. It's far from mature, but that's the latest, very much the latest of commercial metaverse for education at the moment. So I enjoyed this presentation, and you're welcome to follow up with me on anything. The space is there for you to continue to go in and check it out for as long as I can support. At the moment, I think framevr.io is free for us to create 3 of those rooms with full features, free of charge. Okay, so that's one of them. And you have my assurance that I'll leave it there at least for months so that you can go back and try and show it to other friends as well. And I believe my next talk is 2 weeks later on value creation. And to me, equally exciting. So I look forward to your support. Thank you very much. I'll pass it back to MC.
Thank you very much, Professor Tsui. At this point in time, we're going to now go to the questions. The questions in the comment section. I'm sure you can read them and then answer them.
Yes, okay. Which skills, both soft and are best enhanced by collaborative learning? Well, I haven't done the in-depth research in that area, but I would tend to think that it's more the soft skills that will be more contributory inside the metaverse, especially in terms of communications, discussions, sharing of information. I think that would be better explore and more beneficially explore that rather than technical skills. Technical skills, we can have many different environments to try them, unless you're combining technical with social. Otherwise, if it is pure technical skills, unless it's dangerous or too expensive to try, otherwise I would prefer to try it in a real environment. Are there any real-world educational projects in the metaverse that have already proven effective? Well, the first part I can answer. The second part, it depends on how you rate it. If you ask the project leader, they will consider to be effective, but you would have to look for academic publications, especially in journal, to see the results are proven. So I would especially ask you to check among American universities, Australian universities, and universities in UAE, United Arab Emirates. UAE has a national blueprint on the use of metaverse, and to the best of my knowledge, they have some of their universities has been among the forefront of universities in the world in the use of metaverse for teaching and learning in a very, very extended manner. Do you think that it's feasible for small in terms of price to benefit? Absolutely, absolutely. Because didn't you hear what I said? For example, frame.vr, it's free to set up free frames, and then they allow 8 person to use it with full features. And even for a class of 50 students that in real time using it, that's already quite a lot. You only pay about, I don't know, maybe $50 US for a month, And so I think that's affordable. You have to check the price, but you can be sure that the price is coming down. So, being able to use the metaverse almost instantly, it is completely hosted in the cloud, and you don't need to download any software components. That's already a major advantage to institutions who are thin in terms of support, right? So I firmly believe that everyone is on equal ground when it comes to considering whether the metaverse is useful for them or not. The key question, as I like to repeat, is not the cost. The key question is whether you are firmly identifying the activities, the knowledge, the environment that would benefit the students' learning if using a metaverse. Otherwise, don't use a metaverse, right? So what is it the metaverse offers that enhance your students' learning, right? More than just the wow, more than just the motivation, but truly enhance their learning, especially continue to learn, right? That's what I'm looking for. Are there any real-world educational projects in the metaverse that are already proven effective? I think that's a similar question to that before. From academic context, I would suggest you search for academic literature that detail about the success of metaverse. You can contact me if you like. My colleague, Dr. Paul Lee, you can look up his name as well, Paulee. All right, so you can look him up through whatever channel you like. Dr. Paul Lee, he is the person who published the first metaverse paper and has the highest download rate in the world. Okay, and he's a colleague in my department. Okay, Dr. Paul Lee, he's from Hong Kong, but he also taught in Korea before. Okay, so if you want me to connect you and your university with him, I'm sure he's more than happy to. Okay, he is the metaverse boy. And he teaches metaverse. Okay. Teaches metaverse in the metaverse. How do you envision the evolution of educational metaverse in the next 5 to 10 years? That's a difficult question. In fact, you hear me throughout this seminar to be very upbeat about metaverse. I was less upbeat before. I'm still cautious, put it this way. On the one hand, metaverse provide a glorious environment with lots and lots of customizable features, right? On the other hand, I think the whole thing is oversold, right? As you can see, just by showing the PowerPoint and the PDF, there are a lot of imperfections in moving them around and pacing through the slides. So while that surely will be fixed, but still there are still a lot of imperfection at this stage. The second thing, which is more worrying to me, about the survival of the metaverse for education is the educational market for metaverse, although it's sizable, but it's considered to be smaller than business, right? So unless and until business are fully supporting metaverse, there may not be sufficient funding going into the development of metaverse environment, okay? No one institution would have the resources, I believe. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but I believe, I'm led to believe that no one academic institution is wealthy enough to develop a metaverse for its own use. So you have to rely on a third-party development or a joint development. Creation of metaverse is very expensive, okay? So when the educational market is limited, when most universities are still thinking, waiting, that's a danger sign, right? Because otherwise, businessmen would not invest in developing a metaverse for education. Why would, So in other words, without that happening, universities and academics like you and I would have to continue to rely on business-produced metaverse and customized for education. Of course, as I said, Frame VR is not. Frame VR is dedicated for education. And 2 years ago, there was only one. Now there are about 3 of them, right? So it's a slight improvement, but still, that is only a very, very small improvement compared to what should happen or what may happen in business and compared to the fund that really need in order to sustain the development of metaverse for academic use. Okay, and that's the danger, right? Unfortunately, many universities are not fully behind this movement, and therefore businessmen would hesitate to invest unless they can see that they can generate more money through subscription or whatever from education and metaverse. Otherwise, they would invest their money elsewhere. All right, so I think that's my opinion. Okay.
Okay, I think we've reached the end of our question session. Thank you very much, Professor Tsui, for that engaging and amazingly interactive session for today. And with that, we've reached the end of our seminar. A huge thank you to our viewers, Tamkin community, and more so once more to Professor Tsui. We hope to have you once more in the future sessions that we'll have. And I hope everyone has gained valuable insight. Thank you for being with us, and we wish you the very best. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day, and come back in 2 weeks.
Thank you, Professor Tsui. Very interesting. Thank you.
Thank you.